Hi world, welcome to my channel, and let's talk about The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, episode 2. I did episode 1, I did a little review. This is a new kind of series because I want to talk about the show. I want to talk about a lot of shows, but I'm going to start with this one because this is the one I'm watching right now. So yeah, so go check that the first one out, and let's get into the second one. So the second one, as we were expecting, it was Michonne, and there was a new community. So I mean, I guess it feels I've what I thought about the episode while it was going, it was similar to Rick's episode, like in a sense that there were a lot of similar things happen. They found a new community, something happened and they were stuck there, and then they meet new people, the new people die. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself, but you know what I mean. It was a little similar, but because there were the time jumps and they're trying to get us caught up on what the characters were doing, they had to follow the same pattern on both episodes so that at the end they could meet up. But yeah, the new community, obviously they were trash. Leaving people behind, not saving them, which I didn't even understand what leaving them behind meant, because they were always on the move. But like, why couldn't they just help? I'm so confused. And then literally the leader left her sister to die. Like, girl, I even put it here. Leader didn't save her sister. And I was like, girl, are you fucking crazy? Why would you not save your own sister? Like, okay, talking about the sister, best character of the episode. Well, besides Michonne, her name was Bailey and her boyfriend was Aiden. Bailey was so good. Oh no, actually, I would argue it's not. Maybe, I don't know, but let's try and circle back. I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to try and follow my notes so I can go through the episode correctly. So they mentioned the zombies migrating. I think that's a little weird because they just want to eat. So why would they migrate? Like, what does migrating like mean for zombies? Like, it's cold where they were, so now they're migrating to another place where it's harder. Like, they're zombies, they wouldn't care. Like, I was so confused about that with the zombies migrating. What the fuck. But anyway, then we met Nat. Okay, when they were in the office and Michonne was asking for the horse and they didn't want to give it to her, and then Nat just storms in, demanding, commanding, doing all that type of shit, putting respect. Come on. The leader was trash. I didn't understand why Nat wasn't the leader, honestly. Like, why was that girl the leader? I don't know. But he should have been the leader. But yeah, he helped Michonne. We got introduced to him, to Bailey and Aiden. We got introduced. Well, Bailey and Aiden were a little after because Michonne saved them. The way they were like surprised, like they said, like, why would you save us? And she was like, cause I wouldn't leave people behind. They were like surprised, and then she was surprised that they were surprised, cause it's like, what? That's the bare minimum in the apocalypse. Like, why would you not save someone who needs help? Anyway, then Michonne went out. They were saying that she shouldn't go, all that. She got to the herd, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking lying. That shit was the size of, I don't know what. It went so far. Honestly, I don't know what she would have done if they were not there. But yeah, then they came to save her. And that shot was almost like biblical, because that, like, Nat exploded stuff on both sides, so then the herd like literally broke in half, and a path opened up, and I was like, that's literally biblical. That's like the sea parted in the middle. It was really good shot. And then they just come and they're like, oh, We came to help. We didn't want to stay there. And Michonne was so happy. I was so happy for her. But the whole episode I was scared of what could happen to them. Because like I said, it followed the same pattern as Rick, but because Rick was in the community and he couldn't leave, I didn't actually expect anyone to die, you know. But Michonne and them were outside, so I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but maybe they could have survived. Spoiler. I mean, yeah. That was a great shot. And then we got to know a little bit more about Nat and the story he told about his stepfather, that he helped him, and that was a really cool story. Like the way he made him do like all of these devices and stuff to help his stepfather when in fact he didn't need help, and he just wanted Nat to be able to put his intelligence to use and do actually productive and good stuff, and that's exactly what he did. And he did more than his actual father. Like, think about that. Like, what the fuck? That was so crazy. But anyway, that was a really cool story. And Nat realizing that, like, maybe he didn't do all that because he needed, but because he wanted to help me. And that was really good. Then we got to the fucking city and they dropped the fucking gas, which was the scene from the trailer. And I was like, all right, how bad can this be? Is gas. So what? They're gonna fall asleep? They're gonna, you know, but no. The gas literally disintegrated them. Like, what Nat said after was that the gas, I don't remember the name, but it deteriorated the lungs so they couldn't breathe. And even the skin, like the first zombie that appeared, his skin was like peeling. And I was like, oh, they fucking killed all of those people. Like, what the fuck? That was so crazy. And then, obviously, the little group that we had, Bailey, Aiden, Michonne, and Nats, they all got to the building, They were all together. And I'm like, okay, so of course, they would kill all of the people we don't know, but the 4 people that we know, they were together. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's still a chance. Like, what does the gas do? Can we recover? Then Michonne said, maybe they have the oxygen. And I'm like, okay. And then she said to Aiden to not fall asleep next to Bailey. And I'm like, okay, so she might die. But because she said she was going to get the oxygen, I'm like, maybe we still have a chance. And I actually put it in my notes, but I forgot to say this. But Bailey was pregnant, and she said, Michonne. And I was like, don't kill the pregnant lady. Don't. It could be a character for the future. Her baby could appear like years later. And then she just gets to the room and they're all dead. And I'm like, really? But I do gotta say, Bailey looked good. Like, the actress, she looked good as a zombie because her hair was red. The way he looked when she was a zombie, it actually looked really good. Like, with the zombie makeup and everything, it looked really good. But yeah, that was really sad. And then obviously she was dead, and I'm like, okay, Aiden is dead. Aiden's dead. There's nothing we can do. And then he was. And then Nat, I'm like, they're not gonna kill Nat now because the episode is still like in the middle. So I don't think they were gonna leave Michonne alone for the rest, unless until she found Rick. Yeah, and then they recovered, and then the recovery time was like the time jump. So the time jump that was for Rick to create that little thing with what's her name, Pearl, was the time that Michonne and Nat had to recover. And then they saw the helicopter and they took it down. Let me see what else I got here. Yeah, dropping the gas. The time jump. Oh, they'll believe a little bit longer. That was so cute. Yeah, the believe a little bit longer. The what it said on the phone is like it was like full circle because it was Rick's phone, and then it said believe a little bit longer, and then Michonne found it, and it's like it was made for her to found it or to find it, and it was like so cool. And then yeah, we got to the helicopter, and Nat had the missiles, like those things that like I talked about in the first episode. They killed Donald, which I kind of like Donald. I said in the other video. Um, so like that, he shot that, and then it got in him, and then it was like stuck, and then it exploded, and that was the same with the helicopter. Like he sent it, and then that got stuck and then exploded. And like his shots were really good. Like he really hit every single motherfucking shot. Like I was really good. And the first shot that he made, he literally hit a person, like Donald. Like the first shot was like literally on point. Then it comes down, and then we get the Michonne, and like the soldiers are there, and she's like, I got this. And then what was going through her mind, which was so cool to see, it was that she was thinking of Bailey and how she said Michonne should get back to her kids. And then obviously Bailey was pregnant and she lost her kid. She died also. And Michonne was thinking about that, and she was all full of rage, and she wanted revenge. And she was literally taking the helmets off of every single one of the people on the helicopter to like watch them in the eyes, and they watch her in the eyes while she kills them. Because I did say in the other episode that she was like taking all of the helmets, and I'm like, oh, she's taking all the helmets to find Rick. That's what I thought she was doing. But no, she was taking the helmets off because she wanted the people she was about to kill to look her in the eye because she wanted revenge. And then she takes bricks off, and it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I love that, like that whole scene, like where they were kissing and reconnecting and all that stuff. And then I'm like, Nat is still here. What are we gonna do? And then Rick said to Michonne that she had to pretend to be someone else, and that they were coming, and that she should go with him. And I'm like, what? Well, they could totally escape, probably. They could have probably still escaped. But then I realized that, like, they did say they were gonna go after Rick and like Alexandria, and they know where that is. So if he escaped, they probably would have went there. So I get why he didn't. But then he was like saying Michonne should pretend to be someone else, and da 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 da. And I was like, but Nat is still here, so what is gonna happen? Is he gonna die? Because after that moment, I was like pretty sure he was gonna die. Because then there's no like loose ends, and Michonne can go with him, and we have nothing else like in this outside world, you know. And then hold them below. Hold them below. Wait, how do you say it? Lo and behold. Lo and behold. And lo and behold, I think that's how you say it. I don't know. But he got shot, and his last words to Michonne, oh my god, that broke my heart. And the little tear falling was, oh my god, that was so fucked up. But yeah, then they got there, right? And obviously she was really good at acting. She was like, oh, my name is Dana, and I haven't seen myself in a while, and then that was such a little cool like scene of her pretending and using like the other girls, because she was using the other girl's story, the leader. She had the sister, and they were traveling, and the group fell off, and all that stuff. She literally used the story. That was like so creative. But yeah, one thing that I could see is that Rick was scared, because like he was the same, and then I mean, Nat did say, is he the same? Do you recognize him? And Michonne said, yes, I do recognize him. And I felt that way. I did recognize Rick, but I could also tell that he was really scared. And I don't think Michonne saw that, because, like, I don't think she saw what I see. Girl, I don't think she saw what I saw. Like, you know, like like that fear that he had in his eyes that they would go to Alexandria and kill them all, or even kill Michonne. Now that they just found each other, and it's like, he was really fucked up. Then cut back to the CRM, and they're in the city, and he finds her, and they were like making out in the garage. That was so cute. I love that they kissed a lot, because like it makes sense. But in some shows they might have not done that, but they did a good job like doing this. And then when she felt his hand that he didn't have, and he was like, "Oh, it was one of the last times I tried to escape." And she was like, "Last times? What does that mean?" But yeah, then he said he was stuck there and it was hard. And then I wasn't expecting Michonne to say anything about RJ. But at the same time, I don't know. I was just waiting to see, because if she did tell him about RJ, then he's gonna go all ballistic, and he already wants to get back to Judith. So if she tells him that he has another son, and like his actual son, because Judith was Shane's daughter, which is really weird to think about. So yeah, she did say like the rest when we get out. And I was like, yeah, that's a good decision. That's a really good decision. And then we cut back to the tape. They were watching Michonne's tape, and I'm like, who's this? They didn't show him the face. And then I realized it's Jadis, and I'm like, this bitch. I already knew she was gonna be a bitch. I already fucking knew. Because now she's in the position of power. And if y'all watch World Beyond, she basically is the leader now, because the other woman that was the leader, she took her place, if I remember correctly, on World Beyond. I think she took her place or something. And now she's basically the leader, or one of them. So she's not going to let Rick escape. And of course she knew Michonne, so she actually went to him. And then what I put in my notes was, Jadis is a bitch. I literally put it like right here, like, Jadis is a bitch. And I like put 2 lines. Anyway, that was so funny. But then she was like, her dialogue was weird, because she said yes, 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 and then she's like, Rick, what the fuck are you doing? And then the episode just ended, and she's like, oh, excuse my language, Rick, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, what? Her dialogue was a little weird. But anyway, then the episode ended, and then there was the episode Insider, and actually we got to see Michonne and Nat, like the actors. And I wish we had gotten a little more of Nat. It's a shame that he had to die, honestly. He could have like hit in the bush, and then Michonne went with Rick, and then he would still be alive. Because he had so many gadgets and all that stuff. Imagine like what he could invent and build, and then just kill them. But I mean, because it is a limited series and it's only like 6 episodes, and it's for Rick and Michonne, they're gonna basically kill everybody. They're not gonna let like all of the new characters live, because they don't have anything to do with them after, which is a shame. It is. But yeah, that was the whole episode, and I really think it was a really good episode. And I liked that they did the reunion in the first episode, and then they did Michonne's story up until that moment, and then we got even more like reunion, like all of the scenes of them kissing and talking and all that stuff. And it was like it was really good that they did. But I mean, it's like, yeah, 6 episodes. They could have done the reunion like in episode 5, but I didn't think they would, because that would be like the end, and they're doing this show for them too, so it wouldn't even make sense to do it in episode 5. So now we just gotta see what happens. I don't think they can defeat the CRM, honestly. I don't know, like them two alone. Even if they had like help from Alexandria I still don't think, because they're too powerful, and it's like 3 CDs, or now it's like 2 CDs. I don't remember. But yeah, they're too powerful. So now, I mean, I guess we gotta see what happens next, you know. But yeah, I really like this episode. If y'all have anything that y'all want to say about the episode, if you're watching the show, if this is your first time on the channel and you want to comment on the show, I'm here. Let's talk in the comments, you know. If you don't, I mean, even if this gets no views and like no comments, I don't care, because I'm still, you know, what I want to do is like, I want to put my opinion out there. And so it's fine if I'm already talking to myself in the camera, you know. So it's like fine. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next week for the next episode. Bye.